Which statements about the trends across a period of the periodic table are correct? 1. Aluminium is more metallic than sodium. 2. Beryllium is more metallic than carbons. 3. Boron is more metallic than lithium. 4. Magnesium is more metallic than silicon. Answer is 2 and 4. Which set of elements shows the change from metallic to non-metallic character across the period of the periodic table? Sodium to silicon to chloride. Boron is semimatter. Silicon is also semimatter. Part of the periodic table is shown. Which element has 2 electrons in its outer shell and 3 electron shells? C. In the outline of the periodic table below, some elements are shown as numbers. Which 2 numbers are metals in the same period? 5 and 6. Metallic and non-metallic elements are classified in the periodic table. This can be used to predict the properties of elements. Which property of elements increase across a period of the periodic table? Number of outer shell electrons. It's not metallic character. And it's also not number of electrons shells. It's not tendency to form positive ions. Which statement about the periodic table is correct? The most metallic elements are on the left. Elements in the same group have the same number of outer electrons. The elements on the left are usually solids. The relative atomic mass of the elements increases from left to right. Which element is classified as a non-metal in the periodic table? Chloride. Not calcium, not chromium, not copper. A new element, asphodelium OX, was discovered with the following properties. Solubility insoluble in water. Electrical conduction does not conduct. Formula is OX2. Bonding in molecule is OX3 bonds OX. In which group of periodic table should the new element be placed? Group B. The group 1 elements, lithium and potassium, are tested. Which element has the higher melting point and which element reacts more vigorously with water? Higher melting point is lithium's. More vigorous reactions with water is potassium. Which statement is correct for the elements of proton number 19? It is a soft matter that is highly reactive with water because it's group 1. The table shows some properties of the group 1 metals. What are the properties of rubidium? Look at the diagram. It melts below 63 degrees, very soft, reacts explosively with water. Some properties of element are as shown. Melting point, look at the diagram. In which part of the periodic table is alpha? Group 1. Which row shows properties of an element that is in the same group of the periodic table as lithium? Electrical conductivity, high density, 0.97. Information about elements in group 2 of periodic table. Look at the diagram. Which row shows the correct trends in reactivity, density, and melting point of the elements going down group 2 of the periodic table? Reactivity increase down the group. Density, no clear trend. Melting point, also no clear trend. Which statements about alkaline metals is correct? Sodium has a higher melting point than potassium. Elements in group 1 and group 2 show the same trends in the reactions with water and in the density, which row shows how the properties of barium compare with calcium. Reaction with water, faster, density higher. So barium faster, density higher. Group 7. The known gases are in Group 7 of the periodic table. Group 8 of the periodic table. Some properties of the first 4 known gases are shown. Which row identifies the trends in boiling point and in density as Group 7? Group 8 is descendant. Boiling point increasing, density increasing. The elements in Group 7 include chloride, bromide, and iodine. Which statements are correct? Iodine is more dense than chloride. Iodine displaces chloride from a solution containing chloride ions. Bromide is a diatomic nonmetal. Chloride gas is darker in color than bromide vapor. Which row describes a similarity and a difference between chloride and bromide? Chloride is more reactive than bromide, both react with aqueous potassium iodide. Element S is below iodines in the periodic table, which row correctly shows the physical state of element S at room temperature and its reactivity compared with that of iodine. Physical state is solid, reactivity is less reactive. What is the color of gaseous chloride and of solid sodium chloride? Chloride is yellow-green, sodium chloride is white. Fluoride is at the top of Group 7 in the periodic table. Which row shows the properties of fluoride? Yellow, gas, iodine, displace. The table shows some information about elements in Group 7 of the periodic table. Which information about iodine completes the table? Solid gray. The reactivity of Group 7 elements can be investigated experimentally. A student bubbles chlorine gas into a test tube containing aqueous potassium bromide. Describe the color change seen in the test tube. From colorless to orange. From colorless to orange. Complete the ionic equations for these reactions. Cr2G plus 2Br minus to 2Cr minus Aq plus Br2Aq. The reactivity trend seen is Cr, Br, and I applies to all the elements in Group 7. Use the periodic table to identify the Group 7 element which cannot displace any other Group 7 elements. Tennessine. Properties, transitions, elements of physical and chemical properties of transition elements are shown. Physical properties like high density, high strength. Chemical properties from color compounds have ions with variable oscillations. Numbers. State one other physical property of transition elements. High melting point. State one other chemical property of transition elements and as catalyst. Iron is a good conductor of electricity. Iron forms soluble salts. Iron forms color compounds. Iron has variable oxidation states. Iron as a catalyst. Iron forms a basic oxide. Give two properties from the list in which iron differs from group 1 elements. Iron forms color compound. Iron has variable oxidation states. Iron acts as a catalyst. Two properties from this in which iron is similar to group 1 elements. Iron is good conductivity of elements of electricity. Iron forms a basic oxide. Iron forms soluble salts. Cobalt is a transition element. What's property? It can form color compound. It's a good electrical conductor. It has high density, high melting point. Which metal has variable oxidation numbers? Copper. Which compound is likely to be colored KMnO4? Which statement describes transition elements? They have high densities and high melting points. Which rule describes the property of transition element? High melting point, high density can form color compound B. What typical property of transition element can act as catalyst? What pair of compounds shows a transition element in two different oxidation states, CO2O and CuCO3? Which element is a transition element? Good electrical conductivity 7.86等 CD1535 melting point. An element melts at 1455, has a density of 8.9 and forms a green cloud. Where in periodic table is element found? C. Which property of the element titanium Ti can be predicted from its positions in the periodic table? Can be used as catalyst, conducts electricity when solid, has high density, not low, forms color compound. Positions of 4 elements are shown on of periodic table. Which element forms color oxide? D. Which element transitions metal? Yellow 1495. Which element used as catalyst? D. A metal that reacts violently with water. B. A noble gas. A. A group 2 metal. E. A halogen. C. An element does not conduct electricity and exists as diatomic molecules. In which area of the periodic table is the element to be found? C. The diagram shows a sections of periodic table. Which element is described below? A colorless aromatic gas that is denser than air. D. Helium is a noble gas. Which statement is correct? There are no naturally occurring chemical compounds of helium. There are no naturally occurring chemical compounds of helium because they cannot react. A helium's atom has 8 electrons in its outer shell. Helium exists as diatomic molecules. Helium is used as an inert atmosphere in lamps.